I'm at one of my favorite places, Patrick Air Force Base, where my journey into Florida started. It's one of my favorite places to be. It's about the storm. You see that over there? That's the rain right there. And it's coming this way. But I just want to ask a question. Maybe you can give me an answer. Why do so many people stop at being content? Why is mediocrity okay? Like, it's okay to just be okay. And that's never been the case for me. I don't know why. Like, in elementary school, I was not the best. I wasn't the best at math, which is why I still suffer with numbers at times, but I know enough when it comes to my money. But so many people are content with being mediocre and just being where they are and be complacent at the life that they live and the people that they socialize with and the places that they go. Why is that the standard for most people? That they're content not having enough and complaining or not doing enough to have more, or setting the example, to their peers or to the youth that there's more to being mediocre. There's more to life than that. You receive so much more if you get beyond the standard of mediocrity. I'm going to take a walk and I'm going to head right back home because this rain is coming our way and the breeze feels so good. But why is that okay? Why do you think it's okay? Is it okay to be mediocre? It's okay to be okay? I mean, if it is, that's okay. I just need to understand that. And then when we come to setting the example or having these expectations for our partners or for our children, you can't expect them to be more than mediocre if that's all you've ever been. You can't expect more if you don't give more, if you don't show more. So I don't understand how people have these high expectations in relationships and in business and professionalism when that's all that the examples are. Most people right now just want to get by, and anything that's more than mediocre is just over exaggerated. It goes from being mediocre to over exaggerated. Like, it doesn't seem to be like, okay, let's be successful. Let's do better than, what our parents were. Like, that's not even the case anymore. Now it's just be complacent to where you are and what life has to show you and what you want to show life. That's acceptable. And I've always been a hard worker. I'm going to show you this, see this, but I've always been a hard worker in my life. I've always done more than what was expected of my own self, up to the point where it hurted. Like, it really hurt. And that is what I've always done. And I've done it for not just myself, but I did it for my son because he didn't have a father. He didn't have really great positive role models who were exceptional people. Like, so many people let me down and so many people let him down to the point where mediocrity was okay, and it kind of steadied both of our growth as individuals because we were just okay. Like, we didn't finish high school, we just got our GED. We didn't try to go to college to get better jobs or to have a better lifestyle. We accepted the life that we were in. We accepted the people that were our friends. We accepted this lifestyle of being in the city of Philadelphia, and that was okay, being in the hood and being a part of the hood and being a part of that culture. And as we got older, I know as I got older, I realized that was not enough for me. Being in the military, it's more than being mediocre. Like, you are really the best of the best. I've met the best of the best, and they've influenced me to be better and encouraged me to be better. And in that, I've set the example so my son could be better. I took him out the hood so that way he can have a better opportunity, as a black man in America, and as a light-skinned black man in America, is even more of a hurdle to jump, because you're not accepted by your white people, and you're not accepted by your black people. So you're kind of like isolated by yourself. And the mentality that I've always had, with my life and with my solitude, has put me in a place where I don't have a large degree of support in what I do either. There's some people who really support me, but there's not a lot of them. And it's because of the mindset that we've had being in the streets of Philadelphia, is being that you can't trust no one. You can't trust nobody. You can't trust your family, and you can't trust your friends. So although they may be a part of your life, in the back of your mind, you don't trust them. And maybe that's not everyone, but living the street life that I lived in and in the drug life that I've experienced, no one is trustworthy. And when you come into society with that mindset, you kind of keep people far from you. You don't build relationships. You don't have camaraderie with anyone. You'll fake it, but in reality, you're isolated. And that kind of mindset really prevented me from building relationships with great people. And it could also be that, I didn't feel like I was exceptional enough to be in the company of people of such high caliber. So it really put me in a place where I became isolated and self-absorbed, and I've been an introvert for the most of my life. And now that I get older, I realize that the reason why, my circle is so small and that the degree of my friendship is very minimal is because of the lifestyle that I lived. And although I was doing it to try to protect myself, it really hindered me. And now, at the age that I am now, I am trying to make up for that and trying to change my mindset. And believe something different. And that's about reprogramming yourself and creating the person that you really want to be. You have to envision that person. Then you have to acknowledge where you are, and then you have to start finding out what changes you need to make in order to create the person that you want to be. And when you acknowledge those things, it's very difficult. It's a very difficult thing to accept who you really are. And I realize most people don't want to accept who they really are. They don't want to accept their faults or their mediocrities. So they pretend to be something that they're not. They pretend to be somebody that they're not, which ends up being their whole life is a fake. They're a fake. The life is fake. The people they're with is fake, and they live in this plastic Barbie life. The reality is, it's not like that. If anybody knows me, I am far beyond fake. Matter of fact, I'm too real for most people. I'm even too real for myself sometimes, because the truth really hurts, and it's supposed to hurt, because it needs to cut deep so then you can bleed out all the toxins that have contaminated you, so you can heal and then get a transfusion on life. bringing in new and more positive insight, ideas, and people and lifestyle. So mediocrity is not good. That mindset of every man for himself is not good. To believe that everyone is untrustworthy is not true. And what happens is you stay comfortable in the life that you live because coming out of your comfort zone hurts. Changing the people that you've been with all of your life hurts. Coming out of the environment that you lived in all of your life in the hood hurts. There is change is not comfortable. And as soon as I become uncomfortable, I realize that I'm changing. And I cry through those moments by myself. And in the same time, I'm growing because I'm accepting the truth of who I am. That's my story. And in order for me to grow, I had to move out to Tampa to get away from everything that was comfortable to me. My friends, my family, my environment, my finances, my unloyal husband, and the truth that I had for myself that I was good where I was, and I was not. So when I got here, or even in my transition here, I cried every day. Even in Tampa, I cried every day when I first got here, because although it was so beautiful, I had to accept that my isolation was the opportunity to become pure, to change who I was and to become someone better, to reboot who I am so I can change my pathway, change the program that I'm living so I can become a better person for me and to make a better example for my son, to teach him that my way wasn't the right way. It was just the way that I was able to do, or the direction I was able to go into based on my mindset, my source of survival. I survived. I made it. But it was difficult. And I came out with some scars. And I came out with less friends, less family. But now it's time to reboot. It's time to create a new environment, some new friends, and a new community. It's time to put in some new hardware in my life. It's time to change. And it's not, even though I might put on Facebook and everything is great and the clouds are beautiful and I'm happy, I'm ecstatically happy. But with all of that takes change and evolution, and it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable changing to become the person that I really want to be, and the person that I deserve to be, and being around the people that I deserve to be with, and getting the love that I deserve to have. And in doing all of that, mediocrity is not an option. It never will be ever again. That is not who I am. I am an exceptional creation of God. And I accept who I am, and I accept my journey, and I accept the struggles that I go through on this journey. This is one of the most beautiful opportunities I've ever had in my life, on this solo trip, getting to know myself and know the Creator. And I just wanted to ask you, when did mediocrity be okay? And then when will it won't be okay? When will mediocrity not be okay for you? When will it not be okay for your children and for your life and for your family? When will being an exceptional, extraordinary person in everything you think and do, when will that be the case? When will that be the mindset of our people and our country, the people of our race, our children? When will it not be okay to just be okay?